Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation. Today we're going to do a DPS comparison between Sue Storm and Rachel Summers. This is going to be real interesting because these girls got some similarities, but they also have quite a few differences. Now, let's look at the teams that we got going on. I tried to level out the playing field as best I could because we want to compare their actual DPS when they have pretty much the same stats. Now, there's no real reason I have Drax in here and Red Skull. I just have them in there because they're not offering anything extra. All we're getting is this little 3% all attack bonus, which we'd get from any team up. Now we take a look at Rachel. Now I got Luke Cage here mixed in with Drax because they actually have a 4.5% all attack team up. Because I needed to bump up Rachel's attack a little bit to match Sue since Sue has a uniform. That way they're both on the same level playing field. Now let's take a look at my Sue and look at her build. Now my Sue has 28,951 energy attack. 28,951. Now we take a look at Rachel here. She has 28,784. So they are very, very close in their energy attack stats. So that's pretty much the same, guys. Now you take a look at Sue here, and we'll take a look at her detail page. Go to her details. She has max attack speed. She has 45 crit rate. She has 151, almost 150%, 52% critical damage, max ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. So we need to remember this 45 and 152 there. So let's take a look at Rachel. Now Rachel, she has 45% crit rate, just a fraction above what Sue has, and she has 151.4% critical damage, pretty much the same critical damage. And her ignore defense is pretty much about maxed out, and max skill cooldown. They are virtually exactly the same as far as their stats, as far as their build, almost exactly the same, guys. And just because Sue has a uniform, I just want to make this clear, just because she has a uniform doesn't mean anything, guys. It doesn't mean anything as long as their stats are exactly the same, because the uniform is offering this 15% all attack. Well, I've made sure that Rachel has the exact same stats as Sue. Actually, Rachel has higher native stats than Sue, but I just wanted to make them exactly the same so you guys can actually see who is actually stronger. Now you take a look at the rest of the build, and all this doesn't really matter, to be honest, guys, but Sue's first gear is at 25, and the reason it doesn't matter is because the first gear is energy attack. Well, it's going to be the same for Rachel. These are just their stats. And again, as long as their stats are the same, that's all that really matters. All of their skills are at 6. We have a stage 6 Power of Angry Hawk set and no obelisk. As always with DPS comparisons, I usually don't like to use obelisk. Sometimes I will, but I usually don't because it does skew the damage a little bit, and it takes a lot of the RNG out of the equation, and that's what we want. We want that RNG out of it so we can see the actual damage of these characters. And she just has a normal rank uni. Now let's take a look at Rachel. Now as far as Rachel, she's pretty much exactly the same. Her first gear's at 25, her last gear's at 20, but it doesn't really matter because all their stats are exactly the same for the most part. All of her skills are at 6. And she also has a stage 6 Power Ranger set and she's got this 13% crit rate obelisk. And the reason I put this on here is to match the crit rate with Sue. I wanted to try to get them, again, as close as I could. But it's not offering a damage proc, it's not increasing her damage in that way. But we're just making sure they both have the same crit rate and the same crit damage. Now when you look at Rachel here, we're going to do 3 world boss runs. We're going to do Ebony, Cull, and Thanos. Now against Ebony, the fact that Rachel actually has flame damage will actually give her an advantage because that's an element type, and Ebony is susceptible to elemental attacks. Now whereas Cull supposedly is resistant to elemental attacks. Now we did a little run where we did Psylocke using a mind damage versus a CTP of energy, and she actually did more damage with the mind damage, so I don't know if that's actually true about Cull, but I'm just throwing it out there in case some of you guys actually believe it is. But we're still going to run it to see who has more DPS there as well. And then we're going to go against Thanos because Thanos, it doesn't matter if you have element, non-element, it doesn't matter. Everything's on a level playing field, and that's why we're going to go against Thanos as well. The rest of Rachel's skills are energy. And something about Rachel that's really always, I just can't stand, is this huge cooldown, this 10-second cooldown on this fifth skill. Now Sue has a long cooldown as well, but I believe hers is 9 seconds, and 1 second does make the difference. Now we're not running a damage proc or anything, so it's really not going to play a big part in this run, and Rachel actually gets native 30% crit rate from her fifth skill, so she's actually getting max crit rate. But as always guys, this is a part of her kit. I want to make sure both the characters have the same crit rate, crit damage, all the stats are the same, and whatever else they have in their skills, whatever effects they have, that's just a bonus to the character to show off that extra power that they have. So the fact that Rachel's got this extra crit rate, well, that's what she has. So she's going to have max crit rate in the runs you're going to see, and she's going to have this 30% all attack bump. So yeah, that's an advantage that she does have. Now a disadvantage that she has is her fourth skill against Sue has an 8-second cooldown. Now this is the mind control that lasts for 5 seconds. You cannot keep this mind control up at all times, whereas Sue, you can keep her charm up at all times because the cooldown times are low enough to do that. So let's take a look at Sue here. So now we'll look at Sue and we'll look at her skills. Now something about Sue that's amazing, you know, Rachel has the invincibility on her fifth skill, but it's on a 10-second cooldown. Now with this uniform, Sue has her fifth skill here. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at the fourth skill. She has a 4-second immunity to all damage here. And then, if you go scroll up to the 3 here, she has a 4-second invincibility. She also has iframes. Rachel has some iframes too, but Sue really does have better survivability. And a note for both of these characters that's pretty cool is Rachel has a heal on her fifth skill, whereas Sue has a built-in heal because she does the charm on her 2 skill. Because this charm gives her a native heal. And look at this thing. This thing's on a 3.5-second cooldown and it lasts for 5 seconds. So you can keep this up pretty much the whole time. So Sue's going to have better crowd control in this run, so she's going to be able to do constant damage, whereas Rachel's just a little bit, you know, I'm going to try to do as much damage as I can and try to keep the skills flowing, but Sue does have an advantage because she can crowd control the whole time. Similar to how Scarlet faced Psylocke. Scarlet had better crowd control, so she was able to do constant damage, and that did give her a bit of an advantage. Now Sue, she has a disadvantage against Cole because, well, I'm sorry, against Ebony because she's all energy attack, whereas Rachel has the advantage because her 4th and 5th skill have flame damage. Against Cole, well then Sue should have the advantage if Cole does have elemental resistance. Now Sue does do a little burn damage, but the world bosses are immune to burn damage, so that doesn't really matter. And against Thanos, again, they're going to be on both a same level playing field. I've been looking forward to this little battle for some time because these two characters get compared quite a bit, and you have to pay crystals for both of them. Now guys, in my opinion, if you're going to decide on which character to get, it would be Sue. If you don't have either one of these characters, you should go for Sue. And the reason you should go for Sue, and this is just my personal opinion, she is a little bit more expensive, but the reason you should go for Sue is because you want to get these ISOs. Look at how many 6-star ISOs I have. I have 323 right now. Those things are what we use to fully awaken ISO 8 sets. You will get 2 of those every day from the Sue pack if you buy it. That alone, especially in the long run in the game, is worth buying over Rachel. That's just my opinion, guys. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take them both into the world bosses, and we're going to rock and roll. Okay guys, so we're just going to start with Rachel, and here she should have the advantage against Ebony because of the fact that she's got flame damage on her 4th and 5th skill. Something I think I should also mention that I didn't mention previously is that Sue actually has a 25% all attack buff on her 3rd skill, and she has a 20% guaranteed critical rate from her tier 2 passive, whereas Rachel has a 30% increase of all attack on her 5th skill, and she has 30% crit rate on her 5th skill. So some similarities and a little bit of differences between them, but yeah, these girls are actually pretty close in the way they're set up. You know, the fact, you know, Sue's got, you know, 1 second less cooldown on her fifth skill than Rachel, which I actually like. 1 second does make a lot of difference, guys. And something about Rachel, you know, we're just pouring it on. We're just trying to keep Ebony mind controlled every chance we get, you know, and that's one difference between her and Sue. Whereas Sue can keep, you know, the charm up the whole time, but Rachel doesn't. We're just going to run this for 2 minutes, guys, and we're going to see how much damage we do. So hopefully Ebony doesn't iframe or get out of the way of us, and we can lock him down and get a hold of his punk butt. And I try to hit the 4-5 combo every chance I get. And yeah, guys, I mean, this is pretty much it. And we're just doing stage 40, not that that really matters. And we're not going to be using any strikers in any of these runs. You know, as always with DPS comparisons, you should never use strikers. They can skew the damage. So we don't want to do that. But man, I'll tell you something about Rachel, and I've said this before, you just can't see what the hell's going on half the time. I mean, her skills are absolutely beautiful. I mean, they are gorgeous. And she is a strong character, but man, her freaking animations are just, oh, there we got time frozen, crap. But her animations are just, they're so massive in size. It's pretty tough to see what's going on. And that is a hinder in my opinion. But definitely fun to watch, that's for sure. Definitely fun to watch. And something else I should mention, guys, is for striker bonuses, Sue offers an 8% energy attack, whereas Rachel offers a 10% energy attack and 5% fire damage. So guys, you see how much damage we did? We got down almost to the 12th bar in 2 minutes. So let's see how Sue does. So now we got Sue here. And this is going to be interesting because, like I said, Rachel's got the advantage because she's got flame damage. So let's see what happens here. So I'm just going to run up here. We're going to charm, and now we're just going to keep them locked down. And I'm just kind of using the 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 3. And that's kind of the rotation I'm going with. Because we don't have a proc or anything that we're dealing with here, we can just kind of run through our skills. And something else I didn't mention is that Sue has a hidden all defense down on her third skill, whereas Rachel's all defense down doesn't apply to World Boss and Sue's does. I mean, like I said, guys, there are a lot of similarities and, you know, quite a few differences between these two characters. And I think that's why they should get compared, you know. But you can't deny that Sue really is, I think, the overall better character. Because you can charm the entire time. Because her all defense down actually applies to World Boss. Because her survivability is just better, in my opinion. I just think she's really the overall better character. And that's not to say that Rachel's bad. Rachel's a great character. It's just, I think really as far as who's better and who's not, it's really going to be circumstantial for a lot of players. You know, I could give the edge to Rachel in certain aspects of the game, and I could give Sue the advantage in certain aspects of the game as well. But it looks like Rachel's definitely going to be better against Ebony, and that's not really too surprising since she does do elemental damage. Oh yeah. And I have to say that I think, I mean, this is just a personal preference, but I think Sue's a little bit easier to play. Since you only have, you know, a 9-second cooldown, and that's a long cooldown on her 5th skill, it is. I don't like it. I wish it was about 8 seconds for Sue. But 9 seconds is better than 10 seconds. I mean, that's just, it is, guys. When you're playing, it's just better when you can rotate through your skills more fluently. And when you have long cooldowns, you can't really do that. You're kind of spacing out things and running around a little bit. So we see how much damage we did. She almost did as much damage as Rachel, guys. I mean, it's not that far off. You know, about what? About maybe half a bar difference. So Rachel, you know, is better for Ebony, but not by a whole lot. So let's get into the Cull and see how they do there. So now we're going to start with Rachel again. Now here, if Cull does have elemental resistance, then Sue should do more damage. Now against Ebony, Rachel did a little bit more damage. I think it goes without saying, guys, really both these characters are awesome. It's just, you know, personally, I like Sue a lot better because of the ease of play, because of the survivability, because of the crowd control. I really think she's just an all-around better character. And something else about Sue that I like compared to Rachel is Rachel, all that debris that's floating around her always wants to set off the proc. Now, it doesn't matter right now because we don't have a damage proc. But when you have a damage proc, that debris can set it off and really mess up your rotation. Whereas with Sue, that's not exactly the case. She doesn't do that. You know, you hit your skill, you finish it, and then you can rotate through your other skills and you don't have to worry about them setting off procs as easily as this residual debris floating around Rachel. And she's doing pretty good. I mean, this is stage 20 with just their leaderships. And we're going to go 2 minutes as well for here. Because I think 2 minutes gives a better idea of who's actually better. I'm pouring it on here. Ah, crap, we got caught. And this is a crux for Rachel. Because she can't crowd control now, Black Dwarf will debuff that charm and debuff that mind control. But the thing, because Sue's charm is on a 3.5 second cooldown, you'll actually be able to keep Cole locked down way better than what Rachel can. And that's just the truth of it, guys. Come on now. We're taking damage, but we're dealing it. Oh yeah. Pouring it on, pouring it on. I do like that Rachel's heal is triggerable. You know, when you hit the 5th, you get the heal. I do like that. So, we are down to pretty close to the 13th bar in 3 minutes. So, let's see what Sue does. Alright, so now we got Sue. And this is going to be interesting. You know, again, if Cole does have elemental resistance, then Sue should definitely take the cake on this one. Or bake the cake is what I should say. And she should be better. So, we'll see. We got down to the end of the 14th bar in 2 minutes with Rachel. And something else about Sue that is very nice as a character, guys, is her invisibility. That passive that she has. You know, when she takes damage, she will go into invisibility and the world boss can't see you. Rachel doesn't have that either. Like I said, guys, I really think that Sue is just the overall better character. But this is a DPS comparison, and that's really all we want to see is who actually has more damage. But I like to talk about all these other things to give you guys a little heads up on, you know, what I think about it. And maybe if you agree or you don't agree. And let me know in the comments if you guys agree with anything I say or disagree. I'd love to hear the feedback. Yeah, I mean, look at this damage, guys. Look at this damage. We got caught in the tornado there, but look at this damage. I mean, Rachel she got down to the end of the bar, end of the 14th bar. Look at Sue. Sue is dominating. She is destroying Rachel. Destroying her. Look at this. Freaking just mutilating her against Cole. Big time. Look at the difference in the damage. I mean, we still have 34 seconds, 33 seconds to go. I mean, she is freaking mutilating this thing. Holy crap. Wow. Huge difference here, guys. So, maybe he does have a elemental resistance. I don't know, guys. You know, it's really difficult to tell. But man, she is freaking just... Yeah, man, she's making Rachel look bad right now. Sorry to say that to all you Rachel fans, but Jesus, this girl is plowing through this. Look at that, guys. We almost got to the midpoint of the 10th bar. She did 4 bars more in the same amount of time that Rachel did. That's a massive difference. Holy crap, got to give this one to Sue. So let's go into Thanos. So again, we're going to start with Rachel against Thanos here. And we're just going to be doing stage 9, guys. And we're going to run for 2 minutes and see how far we get. That was pretty crazy how I really did not think that Sue was going to do that much better than Rachel against Cole. I really didn't. That was a total surprise, guys. I had no idea that would happen. Holy crap, that's a huge, massive damage difference. Wow. Holy crap. Now this is going to be real interesting because Thanos There is no different type of resistances or anything. Both Rachel and Sue are on a complete level playing field, and that's why I wanted to do all 3 of these world bosses to kind of show where maybe Rachel would shine, where Sue would shine compared to each other. Oh yeah. It is nice not playing with a proc though, I gotta tell you guys. You know, just kind of plowing through these skills, it is nice. Even though we're not doing as high a floor, but it doesn't matter when you're doing comparisons. I do love watching Rachel's skills though, I really do. Now I think in Shadowland, this would be a totally different ball game. In Shadowland, all of Rachel's all defense down would apply. And I seriously think that Rachel would be stronger than Sue in Shadowland. I do, man. Having all that all defense down applying from 4 different skills, yeah, I think she probably would. I could be wrong about that. If you guys would ever like to see that kind of comparison, we can do it. But today's just World Boss. So we got about 30 seconds to go. And I always try to get the 4 or 5 combo to hopefully get a little bit more damage. Come on now. Get him, girl. Get him. Get his butt. And that 4 does do some pretty good damage. So we're almost to the 3-minute mark. Boom. And look at how beautiful that is. We got that freaking orb there. That looks amazing. Her skills might take up a lot of the screen, but they are absolutely beautiful. I love the color. Jesus Christ, those things look awesome. So she did almost mid-bar of 11 of the 11th bar. So let's see what Sue does. Okay, so now we got Sue. This is gonna be real interesting, guys. Let's see here. So we did mid-bar we did mid 11th bar. Come on now. That 2, that 1, that 3. Oh, I don't know, guys. She looks like she's doing a hell of a lot of damage. She looks like she's doing quite a bit of damage. Holy crap. Come on, get it, buddy. Let's get our charm in there. Lock old boy down. Oh, yeah. Ah, man, she's doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I mean, she's just plowing through this like it's nothing. I'm seeing a huge difference, guys, in the amount of power that she has. Holy crap. Whoa. Yeah. This is just like Call. She is freaking destroying this thing. And because of that charm, we were able to keep Thanos locked down there. We could even do more damage. Hell yes. Wow. So I'm pretty sure all you Sue fans, you're looking at this thinking, oh, this is so sweet. Hell yeah, I'm glad I went with Sue. And all you Rachel fans are thinking, damn it. Damn it. What the hell? But again, you know, it doesn't mean that Rachel isn't awesome, guys. She is. She's an amazing character. But honestly, yeah, look at this, guys. Look at this. I mean, she did that 30 seconds faster than Rachel. 30 seconds. Oh, 30 seconds faster, man. That's crazy. That's a huge difference. And we're going to go to the 3-minute mark. We're going to see how far we can take old boy down. Now, the charm doesn't work here, so that's why I didn't use it. Want to make sure I don't take no damage and get that immunity up from that 4 there. Yeah, we'll take a little punishment. Ah, crap. Man, that is crazy. We're not going to finish this fight, guys. Cole's my world boss. Still trying to get them blast books. Look at this, guys. She got down to the 9th bar. She did about 2 bars more than Rachel. Now, that could be because she did, you know, she has the crowd control advantage and she was able to crowd control all the time. But seriously, guys, I mean, it's a tough call. You know, Ebony, Rachel's got the advantage. Cole, definitely Sue's got the advantage. Thanos, I still give it to Sue because she can just crowd control. So, in my opinion, guys, I do think that Sue overall is stronger except when facing Ebony. So, guys, let me know what you think about this DPS comparison and give me your insight on what you think about it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.